yesterday at the very end, right before Shavasana, I got kicked off, I guess, the winds and the internet. So I was able to get back on, but if that happens, I certainly will try to get back on. Don't panic. I'm not leaving because I'm done. It wasn't my choice. So you will start today lying down. You can stretch out into Shavasana. You can have your knees bent if that feels better. Just find a way to be comfy on the earth, on your mat. And sometimes when it's windy, and even life is windy, even when we don't have actual wind, life can be quite windy. You can turn your palms face down and just connect to the ground in that way, feeling your palms and your fingers, your thumbs, your arms. Just let them rest. And if your knees are bent, you'll also have the sensation of the soles of your feet, your toes, your heels. And if your legs are out straight, definitely check in, heels. Feel that connection, and your whole body can release and be supported by the ground. This Sanskrit word keeps popping into my head, santosha, which means contentment. I didn't plan on talking about it, but this week it's been interesting because it's cold, it's hot, it's windy, it's whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, we can be content with all of it. We can find contentment, not by settling, not by even we're hating it, but we're like, it's fine, but actually finding ways to be content with it. Like, oh, it's windy and life is still good. It's really hot and I can go under a shady tree. So, thinking about being content and having an intention for santosha. I am going to share a good news story today from the week that I get. The actual magazine or news place is called The Week. This is called The Happy Flower Lady. Patricia Gallagher almost always has a bouquet in her hands and a smile on her face. She's known as the Happy Flower Lady around her neighborhood near Philadelphia since 2013. Gallagher has been going to grocery stores, event spaces, funeral homes to collect bouquets and flower arrangements that are about to be discarded. She then passes them out to strangers, hoping to lift their spirits. Gallagher drives around to make her deliveries, often with her 91-year-old neighbor, Ella, in the passenger seat. Gallagher told CBS News they'll pull over and introduce themselves to people and ask if they'd like a bouquet. She always asks if they'd like to take an extra one as well to pass along to a friend or relative, and nearly every person accepts her offer. Gallagher said she enjoys spreading joy to others and lives by the motto, do all the good you can, in all the ways you can, whenever you can, while you can, for whoever you can. Yes, please. Thank you, Patricia Gallagher. We talked about sunflowers on Tuesday. So you might like to think of a bouquet of sunflowers, or maybe you have another favorite flower. And you can just allow your breath as you inhale and exhale maybe to sense the smell of those flowers. And you can see them in your mind's eye. A few more moments here, being instead of doing. Notice where your mind is. And when you wander off, return to your breath. Bring your hands to touch at heart center. Maybe feeling a little bit of that contentment, santosha, by just being here on your mat. And from our hearts out, let's send some love, some blessings, some imaginary bouquets out to someone or some place that could use today. Use that today. And releasing your arms. Bend your knees if you're not already there. And we'll take the left leg on top. We're going to take a low thread the needle to start. So the right foot will stay grounded. Left leg is on top. Your arms can rest anywhere that feels good. We'll allow the left ankle to circle a few times in each direction. Always moving with awareness and going slowly enough that you can feel things. You can just rush through, but it's nice to give yourself that presence, that attention. And you'll let the foot rest. You can be perfectly still here, or you can let the legs move very slightly to the left and the right. So I'm not going to tip over. It's really subtle. Just the whole leg arrangement moves a little to the left and to the right. Stillness is always an option. I have this fantasy of doing a yoga class in a flower shop, but they're very tiny. Every time I drive by one, I look and I think, gosh, it'd be so nice to have a few mats put out and be in the flowers doing the yoga. Maybe someday. Couple more breaths right here. Remind your shoulders to relax. If you'd like your next breath really full, fill up, fill up, fill up, and maybe sigh it out for your exhale. You can make noise. And then we will switch sides. Right leg on top, left leg stays connected to the ground. When you're ready, a few ankle circles with the right ankle, right foot. You'll take a few in each direction. And letting the foot be still. You can keep this shape being still, or again, you might want to move slightly side to side. Your next inhale can be really full with an audible exhale. And we'll release. You can keep your legs bent or straighten them out. Let your arms float up, and we'll start with wrist circles. Gentle and kind, nice to the wrists. Switching direction. And then this turns into an arm circle, both arms small or big, same direction or not. You know, we can turn this sometimes from circles into conductor arms. You are the conductor of the orchestra. So if that is appealing, conduct away. It's a nice feeling to be grounded, to feel the ground beneath you, and to have the limbs feel a little bit lighter. The arms are kind of floating. Release your arms, let them come down, palms down or up. Pause for a few breaths here. You're either in Ardha Shavasana with your knees bent or legs out in Shavasana. Hug your right leg in, hold behind the thigh. You can keep your left leg long or you can bend it. And you decide if you want the left leg active or relaxed. Sometimes it feels good just to have it in Shavasana. The foot is out to the side, the leg is very relaxed. Other times you can press the heel down, have the toes up toward the sky. Very active in the leg as if you were standing on it. And you're holding behind your right thigh, and then we'll straighten and bend the right leg. The first few times, probably getting a lot of sensation and feedback. Then your nervous system gets a little used to the movement and says, okay, I see, we're going to be kind. Feels good. And we breathe and we move. For the last few, if you want to go hands free, you can release the arms and still straighten and bend the right leg. A little more effort now to hold the leg in place. Then you'll bring your hands back and hold the right leg. Now you can circle with one hand or two hands on the knee. Circle the whole right leg. It's bent, and you're just taking it around in a circle a few times in this direction. And then we'll switch direction. Release your right leg. Legs bent or legs straight. We pause, noticing, breathing. Let your arms rest wherever they feel good. Hug your left leg in, hold behind the thigh. Right leg bent or long, relaxed, or as if you were standing on it. So you decide. And you don't have to do the same thing on this second side. Be a bit rebellious, but you can do whatever you would like. Left leg will begin straightening and bending. Maybe for the last few, you release the arms, but still keep the left leg up, straightening and bending. Release, bent legs or not, palms up or down, whole body inhaling and exhaling. Bend both knees. Bring your left leg on top for thread the needle again. You can keep the right foot down, or this time draw the legs in. You might like to straighten the right leg up, and you can keep that for several breaths. And you can do all of this arms free, hands free if you want. It is a little more effort, so decide and honor your body today. Holding is great. Three nice full inhales and exhales. Feel free to open your mouth for the exhales. Release the legs and we'll switch sides. Right leg on top. You can keep the left foot down or draw the legs in, holding or not. Maybe the left leg up to the sky. Three big inhales and exhales. When you release, allow the legs to straighten out and rest. Maybe palms down on your belly this time. Enjoy breathing in and out, belly rising and falling, not forcing it, just noticing it. Notice your breath. Find contentment right here, being instead of doing. You may bring someone to mind again that you would like to send some flowers to for no apparent reason at all. Just here are some flowers for you. Total appreciation just to send them. And then the more challenging part, we'll send some imaginary flowers, a beautiful bouquet to maybe someone who challenges us a bit. We'll be grateful for the lessons there. Releasing the arms, bend your knees. And we are playing a little bit with bridge this week in different ways. So tonight we're going to practice a typical bridge with the legs in this kind of neutral position, feet, knees, knees to hips. And we can keep the arms down, or every time you could take the arms up and over. That is your choice, but we are going to move the legs each time. So we'll use the buttocks, push through the heels, and we'll come up into a bridge, and then we'll lower. And then we'll take the legs wide, feet turned out, and we'll come up into a wide leg bridge and lower. And then we come back to neutral. So remember, we did this little marching thing on Tuesday. So we feel some hip flexor stuff, some core stuff to move the leg. We take a bridge in neutral, nice full breaths. And then we move the legs a little wider, turn the feet out and take a wider bridge. Notice the difference, and please don't rush. We come here to unrush. Using the arms or not. Really connect through your heels. That's such a good feeling of action in the back side of your legs when you push, push, push down through your heels. Just 463 more. One more of each style, neutral and wide. And then yogi's choice. You can choose one, come up and hold, or you can rest. All good choices. Arms can be up and over or not. And we breathe. Push the heels. If you're up in the bridge, maybe you add this little magic, trying to drag the heels back toward your buttocks, even though they're not going anywhere. Hello, hello muscles. Hello breath. Hello joy. And we'll come back down. Hug your knees in toward your chest, upside down, child's pose. Be still, or like we did way back at the beginning of class, a gentle rocking side to side. Release your feet down and locate a cushion, your pillow, a bolster, a blanket, So you can come into supported bridge, lifting your pelvis, supporting it on a cushion, any size. You can keep support under your head and your neck, or you may want to slide it out. We'll spend some time here in supported bridge. I love it. It's kind of this metaphor, or if you will, it reminds me of just taking a load off. Just, I don't know. It's what I think about when I do legs up the wall, legs on a chair, or bridge supported. Just, ah. For your legs, you can take the feet a little wider, let the knees fall together with another cushion there if you'd like. You could also keep legs neutral or take legs up into the sky. Maybe move the feet around a little bit. You can point your toes toward the ceiling. And you can find feet that look like they are in high heels. Ooh, that's always exciting. And you may draw your toes toward your shins, reaching up through your heels. And notice where your arms are. Do they feel great there? They can be in Shavasana shape, palms up or down, or out in a T, or maybe in a cactus shape. See if you can come to stillness now, if you're gently moving, not becoming rigid, but just becoming still. You might allow your eyes to close. Now watch the breath. Watch your body inhaling and exhaling. And you might now envision a beautiful flower garden, maybe a field of wildflowers. And maybe there's a gentle breeze and you can see the little petals moving or the leaves blowing. Notice the colors. Notice the textures. Maybe you can even imagine your fingers touching the petals. Breathe in the nice scent. If your legs are up, go ahead and bring them back down, feet connected to the ground. Let your arms come down, palms turned down, connected to the ground. Take a few breaths here, completely supported. When you're ready, lift your pelvis, remove the cushion, and come back down onto the ground. You can straighten your legs or you can hug your legs in. Everybody is different. Sometimes I like to straighten out after that. Sometimes hugging the legs feels just right. Take a couple breaths. And most likely, you'll want 2 pillows. So when you roll to fetal pose, you can have one for your head. You want enough space so that your bottom arm and shoulder do not feel completely cramped. And then the other pillow can go between the thighs, supporting the legs. You can adjust in any way that serves your practice today, that serves you. And then we'll take the top arm and you'll just begin making a circle any size. You can allow this twist where the heart, where your chest turns up toward the ceiling as the arm roams around, but go slowly, letting the arm roam around. If the twist is too much, you just stay on your side and you'll still be able to find a circle with your arm. And finish the one you're on, and then we'll switch direction. Slowly roaming around, feeling all the feels. And when you finish your next one, pause. Let your arm rest either in front of you or on your side. Enjoy some nice full breaths here. At the bottom of your next exhale, you can mosey on over to the other side. Second side, fetal pose, supporting your head and your neck. Maybe adding that other pillow or between the legs. Get comfortable first. Make any adjustments you need. And then when you're ready, top arm, making some circles, perhaps with that thoracic twist. Not necessary, it's only if you're feeling it. Yes, that's what I want, Terry. I really want that thoracic twist. Slow motion roaming around. When you finish your next circle, switch direction. Finishing with your next circle, pause and rest. Let your arm rest. Find these beautiful inhales and exhales into your back body. When you are ready, come back onto your back. We're going to set up for Shavasana. You can put pillows under the thighs. Support your head and your neck. Cover if you'd like with a blanket. It's really nice if you cover from chest to thigh. That can be grounding as well. And before you stretch all the way out, if you'd like, you can give yourself a squeeze. You can hug the knees. You can actually draw your knees toward your nose, and you can scrunch your toes and your fingers and your face, just getting a little teeny tiny ball. And then on a big exhale, you let go, let go, let go, and you come out into Shavasana. If you want Shavasana with palms down this evening for grounding, you may choose that. Please enjoy this rest. It's so important. You may choose to rest longer or begin coming back for your evening by taking a few deep breaths. Invite a tiny smile onto your face. And imagine you're receiving a beautiful bouquet of flowers right now. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe a full body stretch, reaching your arms up and over. And then coming to your side, fetal pose, pausing there. Just noticing how you feel after slowing down, after movement and breath, mindfulness, visualization. Bring yourself up to sit, hands to touch in front of your heart. Grateful for the flower lady. What a great reminder to do what we can, for who we can, when we can, how we can, all of that. I love it. And finding those moments of santosha, contentment, even when the world has a lot, is a lot. Thank you for being here, for sharing your practice. Namaste.